Hello YouTube, it is Championdjk coming at you again with another Hot Wheels video, and today we're going to talk about multi-packs. We're going to quickly talk about value for money, all that good stuff, and what you get with a basic 5-pack that you can find in any retail store pretty much, or any retail store that sells Hot Wheels. What you get with this premium 6-pack, I think this was ordered from Barnes & Noble. But you can probably get them at various hobby dealers, stuff like that. I think are getting these. These are the silver label. So this is your medium tier. And then you get your premium multi-pack, which is these diorama sets that you can get from Walmart's. Locally here, Walmart's typically here in the U.S. is where you're going to find them. But you can find them all over the place, probably elsewhere. But anyway, we're going to take a look at them. We'll go in order. We're going to start from basic to premium and kind of talk about them. This is the Retro Racers set from Hot Wheels, Retro Racers. I picked up this particular pack really because of the Porsche and the Lamborghini that is in there. This lists the vehicles that are in there. You get a Lamborghini Countach pace car, 70 Ford Mustang Mach 1, head starter, Erkenstein rod, and a Porsche 917 LH. Of course, I do not care about the two cars in here that are fantasy castings. Do not care about those at all, but we'll look at them anyway. So these 5-packs, pretty cool. Probably easiest way to open it is just to rip the top, and then dump the cars all over the place, which I did not do intentionally. Apologize about that. Let's see. One that fell all the way to the ground here is the Mustang Mach 1. So check this thing out. Pretty nifty. Mustang Mach 1. Not a bad vehicle. Not a bad casting from Hot Wheels. Vituski Motor Company on the side there. Looking pretty good. Pretty good. We're going to adjust our exposure just a little bit here. Bring it up just a little bit. All right. And yeah, I think it's pretty nice. It's a nice little casting. Typically with these 5-packs, you're going to get your standard basic treatment. It's going to be plastic wheels, plastic base, standard mainline type car with a limited amount of tampo surfaces. So you're going to get side tampos and, maybe two sides. You might get a front and a back. You might get a front and two sides, but it's going to be limited. We'll see that here. So we've got the Mach 1 there. This is the head starter or whatever. It's a goofy casting. Probably not going to hang on to this particular model. We'll throw this in the kids bin and not going to talk too much about that. But again, basic. This one has a metal base, metal engine, plastic piece right here. Kind of an interesting fantasy model. The motor's kind of cool, I guess. So that's kind of neat. We get this guy. What was this thing called? The Erkenstein rod. Kind of a rat rod looking sort of thing. It looks kind of cool. Not bad. Not super into it. But again, another basic model. Plastic base. Metal body. Interior's plastic. All that good stuff. And not too bad there. And then the two cars that I bought the pack for. And that's what leads me to one thing that is slightly annoying about the 5-packs of Hot Wheels. You're not always going to get a pack that has all licensed model in it. This one's got 3 of the 5 are licensed models, and 2, I would say, are like throwaway models for me. There might be some people that really like the fantasy castings. There's a few crazy people out there that really enjoy these, and kids probably enjoy these quite a bit. So it is for them. But these are the 3 models that I would buy the pack for. And particularly, I like this Porsche casting, so I did pick it up for this. This is an orange. Not the best livery for this, but if you collect this casting, you got to buy the 5-pack to get the car. If you want to complete your set of this particular casting, this is what you have to do. You're going to have to deal with buying some fantasy models. And that would be the one knock, I would say, on buying multi-pack Hot Wheels, is you are going to end up with cars that you really don't care to want. In almost every 5-pack, there's going to be some. This is a Countach. I love the Lamborghini Countach. It's one of my favorite cars of all time. Not my favorite casting because it is the pace car version. I wish they would have done a regular version too without the light bar. But it is still pretty cool. And I think this is kind of a decent color for it. Looks pretty good. So no arguments there. I think it's a nice car. And overall, I guess for these 3 cars, for basically paying $5 for them, I'm going to say I'm sort of happy with the purchase. And I say sort of happy because these things don't excite me all that much. They'll probably get put away with the other mainline stuff, and I may end up forgetting about them for a very long time. They're not going to be super memorable. So there's your basic pack. And then we've got this right here, which is a silver label pack. I haven't seen these show up at like Walmart or anything, which is kind of surprising. I was hoping they would. They've had a couple of these so far, I think. There's the price tag on the bottom, so you can see how much this would cost. Ordering it from, I believe, Barnes & Noble is where I got this one from. So you get 6 cars for $21. Okay, and they're the silver label cars. So typically these cars, 6 cars, are going to be around $3 or so a piece. So $3 to $3.50. So the $20.99 is probably right in there when you're buying this particular tier of vehicle from a Walmart in their silver label series. So the pricing makes sense, as does the pricing for these 5-packs being about $5 or $6. You're looking at $1.09 a car is typical price of the single packs. So you don't save any money by buying a multi-pack. So Pandem, Subaru BRZ, we got the custom Acura Integra sedan, GSR, Mitsubishi 3000 GT VR4, 2021 Toyota GR Supra, and a 2023 Nissan Z, Mazda RX-7, FC Pandem as well, and a pretty solid set. The nice thing about this particular set is it is nicely themed to Japanese cars, so if you are a collector of those, this pack is going to make sense. The other nice thing about it is you definitely do get a little bit more of a premium package. It's not big and quite as annoying as this diorama box is, where you got 4 packs and a whole lot of space that's going to take up keeping this in the package. This is a pretty nice little neat unit right here. You can flip it up, you can see the cars inside. No big deal there. The packaging is quite nice. The box is a decent, seems like a quality cardboard paper product, and I think it's pretty decent. So let's go ahead and open it up. And so I like the Silver Label series. I've been liking them a lot. So this just makes sense to get for me. So, and you can reseal this box, by the way, as well. I mean, it's taped, and I cut the tape, but you can definitely take it out and put it back in. And maybe that's part of the reason why we're not seeing it at Walmart, because it'd be way too easy for people to steal cars out of this and then replace them with junk cars, which you see that in 5-packs all the time. It's pathetic, but it happens. So we'll take a look at these real quick, one by one. Now, if you're not familiar with the Silver Label, the Silver Label diecast, you get kind of a mixed bag. Some of them are going to have metal bases, some of them are not. They're all going to have plastic tires, but they have these wheels that are specific so far to the Silver Label diecast, Silver Label series. So this one has a metal base. This is the Mazda RX-7, and very detailed up front. Trying to hold steady here. It's really hard close up to the camera. And you get a little bit of the dot matrix tampo action on the back here. The other thing about these, though, is they will have a mix. Some of them are going to have like the dot matrix graphics, depending on what it is. And some of them are going to have a standard like tampo, like up there. Now, this one does have a bit of like some weird packaging rub or something from the factory on the front, so it does have a little bit of a flaw in it. But overall, I would say this car looks pretty good. So let's move on from that. We've got, I'm going to try to get these so they don't all fall. Here you go. Here's your Acura Integra in black. And again, they're going to have graphics all over. So they do have the all over full deco, basically. But like I said, it's going to vary whether or not they have like a tampo or they have the dot matrix like style printing. So very neat, very cool. And not the best livery in the world for this, I would say, but it looks pretty decent. And again, the little wheels. This one also has a metal base, so it's very heavy, very substantial. Next is going to be this one, the Pandem Toyota. And this one, again, metal base, or Toyota. Subaru BRZ, same thing, right? Similar, anyway. And this one's got the dot matrix stuff. It's pink. Looks pretty good. And again, pretty high quality having that metal base. Moving on, we got the Mitsubishi, if I can get it out here. This one is really kind of clamped in. This one also has a metal base. This one looks really nice. This might be my favorite one in the set. I think it is my favorite one in the set. Mitsubishi 3000 GT in white. This one's got the dot matrix stuff going on, but it does look pretty good. And again, it's got a mix because it's dot matrix in the back, and then the hood tampo is a tampo. So they're using different, all their bags of tricks here on these Silver Series models. They just don't have rubber tires. They have plastic wheels. And I get it. That's a turnoff for some people. That would stop you from picking it up. But here's this one. Here's a Toyota Supra. Again, it's black and yellow. The yellow, black, black and yellow. Not really digging that. Not my favorite. But pretty decent. Overall, not too bad. And then lastly, we got the Nissan. The Z. And this one looks pretty good too. This one appears to be all tampo. And this one has a metal base as well. So these all have metal bases in this particular set. So all in all, a decent set. Value for money, I think it's pretty good. I think it's pretty decent. You get all metal bases. You get the plastic wheels, and I get it again. That is definitely a no-go for some people. But for me, it is not a big deal as long as the cars look good. And I think these all look pretty good. So I think value for money, that's pretty good, pretty worth it. Now we go to this guy. Here's your Hot Wheels Gold Label, or premium set. I'm going to say right off the bat, the packaging for this stuff is annoying. This is going to be one of my favorite ones out so far, though, because it's Porsches, and the truck is kind of cool, too. Normally, you get, cars. You'll get 3 cars and a, team transport truck. And the team transport truck is typically where I get completely turned off because I don't really care to add more of those to my collection. I do anyway, but I don't really care to. The diorama looks pretty good. I mean, it looks bad. I like it looks pretty decent. I kind of like the concept of what they're going for here. Opening this box and getting these cars out is a bit of an annoyance. I will tell you that. Because you got tape, you got rubber bands, you've got all sorts of stuff. I'm going to try to do this probably the best way that I know how. And this probably is not going to work straight away, but you need to see the opening process because of how annoying it is. I'm just going to cut that. So we're going to start by ripping this thing off. Let's start by just getting all the cars out, which is going to be, you get these rubber bands that are kind of annoying, and I just like to cut them with a razor. You could probably use the scissors. I find this works decent enough. Ooh, shoot. So, I nicked my little table here. Let's cut right through that. Maybe right through that. And pop this one off. Get out of there. All right. So, packaging, this all gets thrown away. It's all garbage to me. So, don't really care about it. And let's take these out. So, of course, you should be familiar by now what you get with premium Hot Wheels. So, there's nothing new here. There's nothing new with the basics, right? There's nothing new with the premiums. We're used to these. The new thing is the Silver Label series, and maybe that's why I like the Silver Label series so much. I will say, though, this particular set of premiums I think is quite nice. Now, the price of these typically is around $30 for the set. And I say around, they're probably like $27.99, something like that, maybe $29 something. I'm not really sure, I don't quite recall. But they're not cheap, right, for the 4 cars that you get. So that's quite a bit of a price for those. You're not saving any money by buying the diorama set. You're paying like more per car. If this was in a car culture set, you'd be paying less. And this is not much of a truck, really, as far as the size and all that stuff. But it does look cool, and I am glad to have it. So this is pretty much a neat addition, I would say. Out of any truck that you're going to put with this particular set, I'd say this is a pretty stellar one. I can't ask for anything better. So you're going to get metal base, you're going to get metal body, you're going to get all over graphics, which are going to be the dot matrix premium style graphics, which love them or hate them, they are there. At a far distance, they look just fine. When you get really close up, you can see that the resolution is not great. Let me get this Porsche. Very cool. This is an actual Porsche livery kind of thing. It is really cool. I like the wheel choice that they put on it actually too. Although, you know, the rims are a little crazy. It's a deep dish, or deep rim, but still pretty neat. Digging that. Metal base, of course, you're going to get all metal. You're going to get rubber tires, all that stuff. This thing is sick. Porsche 935. That is quite cool. Very neat. Looking really good, actually. So this is a kind of a bad set to compare, because if we're talking just value, reason being, I really like Porsche Diecast and Porsche Hot Wheels, so I am definitely biased on this set towards really liking it. So this is a really solid diorama set. There have been some ones that I think have been kind of duds, and I mean, that would have swayed it the other way. This thing is awesome. So this guy right here, this is a brand new casting, right? Brand new Porsche casting. And they did a really good job on it. That's a really good model. So I like that quite a bit. I think that's pretty awesome. And that's what you get. So we've got multiple multi-packs. So this is what you get with a premium, the version of a premium multi-pack. Yeah, there are 2 packs. They're team transport as well as in premium line. But this is typically what you're going to find for multi-packs for premium, is going to be these diorama sets. Again, typically found at Walmart. And then you get the silver label series, which are typically not found at Walmart, but found either at your hobby dealer or found at like a Barnes & Noble. Kind of odd where these ones show up, but these are 6 car sets. We get 4, and then we get 6. And they're all cars, or, well, cars or trucks. They're not going to be like a team transport component to it. And then you get your standard basic 5-packs that can be found at multiple retailers. This is your basic mainline multi-pack. And of course, these are also available in larger 20-packs, 9-packs, or whatever, 8-packs, I think, nowadays. But you can also find them like that. But when they're themed, if they're themed packages, you're going to find them in a 5-pack. And that's what you're going to get with that. So I thought it would be fun just to kind of do a comparison. So open up the 3 packs. I had an example of each one, and I thought it'd be kind of fun to compare and contrast. And this kind of goes through the whole Hot Wheels lineup. Obviously, there's no multi-packs of the ultra premium stuff like Elite 64 or the RLC stuff, but that would be interesting if they were to put out some sort of multi-pack in that. And imagine the price of that. That would be like $100 or something like that, something crazy. But you guys have to let me know what you think about the prices, the value for money, what you think is the best. Do you like the silver line? Do you like the premiums? Do you like the basics? Value for money, I'm talking, okay? What do you think? What do you think is worth it the most? And I think for me, that depends on who's buying, right? If it's for a kid, obviously the multi-pack, the 5-packs are the best. If it's for a serious like diecast collector, I'd be torn between the premium ones and the silver label series. I think the silver label series is a very good value proposition for a collector. I get it. There's no rubber tires. And for some people, that's an extreme turnoff. And I totally understand, but I couldn't give a rip. I think they're really cool. I think the wheel types look cool and sometimes a lot cooler than the premium diecast. So you guys let me know what you think in the comments down below. Again, thank you guys very much for watching and have yourself an excellent day. Bye.